Okay, so I'm trying to show you what a router does. Something very simple. Okay, this router doesn't have many. It's fine. I know why it's doing that. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to put another router. Then I put a serial cable. So don't forget to know your cabling. Serial cable we use to interconnect two routers. So the iOS is loading, or the Windows 10 for the router is loading. Here I say no to avoid many questions. And I can close. So I can open. Okay, here, let me say enable show IP interface brief. So here he has 3 gig port. So it's fine, it should work. And this guy also has how many ports? Enable show IP interface brief. He also has 3 ports. So why he doesn't want to? If I click, the cable cannot be connected to that port. Okay, let me close that. Options, preference, always port show. Okay, options, preference. Okay, so here I'm going to put those switch off first and zoom in. I power off first. I'm going to put a serial module. I power on again. I close it. I do the same for this one. I zoom in. I power off first. I put another module for serial port. I power on again. Then I'm going to use a serial. I can use yeah. So what a router does? So if you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question. So a router, this guy knows about root all networks. So here, if it's 192.168.10.0, this network, and here, for example, 192.168.20.0, here is this network, here is maybe 192.168.30.0. So all these routes or networks, you see. So if someone is here and you want to communicate with someone that is far, this router should know about that route. So that route should be known by the router. So inside the router, we have what you call a routing table. A table, a routing table, where all these routes are. 192.168.10.0, 192.168.20.0, for example. So if you open this router list, the table inside, we can see that this router knows 10.0. He knows this route. 20.0, he knows this route. But if someone, this PC, want to communicate with 30.0, it won't work. Why? Because the router doesn't know about that remote network. You see. So for the router to know about that remote network, we have two ways. We can add manually. It's what we call static route. So static route, adding manually a remote network in the router routing table. That's all for this. You see, all these three chapters, that's all, nothing else. Nothing else. You must know what a router is. A router is a device that knows different networks so that if someone wants to go somewhere, he knows where to forward the packet. So inside, he has a list of known routes or known networks. So if a remote network is not in my routing table, the router cannot help the user. So we have to manually add that route inside. It's what we call static route. We have also another way that we'll do in CCNA3. We call it dynamic routing protocol. So instead of manually adding them one by one, or you see, we have a system that will automatically add them. But this one we're going to study in CCNA3. So for now, I delete it and we stick on manually adding a remote network in a routing table. So it's very, very important. So when this guy, a laptop, want to send a data to someone, the router will check the destination IP. If the destination IP is my routing table, it means the router knows where to forward it. For example, 10.0, it knows, okay, I'm going to forward to interface G001 to go to that network. If it's 20.0, he knows, okay, it's interface G000, it's this network. So I'm going to send via interface G00. But if it's 30.0, normally it should send via interface SE010, but that network is not in the routing table. So the packet will get dropped, cancelled. So to work, we need to manually add. So it's what we are going to do now. So I'm going to do a quick demo. I put this one here, I put somewhere here. I can put something simple. See, simple. I put a PC here. I put another PC here. I put again a PC here and another PC here. A switch. So in companies, when you go in an office, you see PCs only, laptop PCs. But all of them, so when you do your internship, you'll see that all of them in the background, we have network cables that are linked to a network cable is connected to a switch. The switch is hidden somewhere. And that switch also is connected to a router to go to the internet. So we users, we don't see this part. We see only here, the access layer. We're also going to add something here. I'm going to put a switch. I'm going to put a switch here. Okay, let me put like that. Yeah. Or let me just put permission and everything. It's fine. So please, tomorrow, are we going to do a lot of labs like that? I'll tell you the labs number we'll be doing, and you can prepare if you want to. So this is a small network. And so let's say you're here in Cape Town, and this one is in Pretoria, for example. And all of these pieces, they need to communicate between themselves. So I'm going to add IP addresses. I'm going to call this one, okay. So this network, I'm going to call it 192.168.10.0. This network, I'm going to call it 192.168.20.0. And this network, I'm going to call it 192.168.30.0. So here we have three networks. So these two, I'm going to call, so G001, I'm going to add 10.1. So it will be the default gateway for all these PCs. 192.168.10.1 for the router, G001. And here, I'm going to say 10.2. Then it's fine, I leave it like that. This one also, I do the same thing. Default gateway, this one, I say 3. And with default gateway, it's fine. Now this interface G001, I'm going to configure it for my line interface. No, enable conft interface G001 IP address 192.168.10.1 255.255.0 no shut. So see, I finished configuring this small network here. Now I need to configure these two interfaces. So this is the network 20.0. So now G000, I can see 20.1. So I exit, I go to the other interface G000. Be careful of interface names. IP address 192.168.20.1 255. No shut. I'm done for this. Now I go for here, G000 also. I'll say 20.2. I come here. Enable conft interface G000 IP address 192.168.20.2 255.255.255. No shut. Do copy run. So I'm done for this network. I didn't save here. Do copy run start. Okay, so I'm done also for this network. Now I need for this network. So G001 on the router will be the default gateway for all of them. So I'll put 30.1. Desktop. .1. So here I'll put 30.2 for this PC. I keep this default subnet mask. Here also, same default gateway, 30.1, but here I say 30.2.3, for example. Net 3. I keep this one. Let me come here and check something. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Then I need to configure G001. And exit interface G001 IP address 192.168.30.1 255.255.0 no shut. Do copy, run, start. So I just finished building a network. Here is Cape Town, for example, and here is Pretoria, and in the middle, it's our ISP, maybe Telcom. We connect to them, and Telcom will connect us to the other office. Now, let's check if this office here in Cape Town, if we can ping each other. So I come here. So this piece, the other one, let me ping myself, ping 192.168.10.2. Successful. I can ping myself. Let's ping my other colleague, 10.3. Successful. Let me ping the default gateway. It's successful because there is no loss. I sent 4 packets to him. He replied to me with my 4 packet. Nothing is lost. We can communicate. Let him ping my default gateway 10.1. I can also ping my default gateway G001 here on the router. But now, can I ping this remote PC 30.2? So let me add some PC name. So here PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4. So PC1 and PC2 can communicate. Why? Because we belong to the same network. You see, if you have a router, each interface is a network. So you see everything here, we belong to the same network. Another interface is another network. You see. So let's check if you can ping PC3. What is the IP address for PC3? 30.2. So PC1 will come here. Ping 192.168.30.2. So you see, destination unreachable. Can I ping PC4, the other one? PC.3, destination unreachable. It means these guys here, they cannot communicate with this guy here. Why? Because this remote network is not in this router 1. Let's say Cape Town router and Pretoria router. So let's open Cape Town router, and the commands you must use to view the routing table is show IP routes. If you tap show IP routes, it means show me the routes that you, the router, you know, the route of the networks you know. So he knows this 10.0, and he knows this 20.0. Why? Because we are directly connected. So this is my router, and he's directly connected to 10.0. He's directly connected to 20.0. So far, all good? So please tell me if you understand or if you don't understand.
Yes, so far so.
Okay, good. Tomorrow we'll do the same thing in other. Okay. So there's two network 20.0 and 10.0. We are in the routing table. Why? Because we are directly connected. If you see C, it means directly connected. You see, C is here. So this network is directly connected via. So the 20.0 is listed in my routing table. Why? Because it's directly connected. How? Because it's directly connected. So if you see C, it means it's directly connected to myself. If you see L, it means it's the IP address of that interface, G000. It's the IP address. You see. So 20.0, it's the network that it's listed in my routing table because it's directly connected. If you see L, you see the IP address of G000. So now we can see that 10.0 is here, 20.0 is here, but there is no 30.0. So we need to add it. So how to add it? Conf. So to add it, you tap IP root. So everything is NetAcad. I'm trying to make it very simple for you guys. I'm going to show you. I want something very simple for you. Well, it's hanging again. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's wait a bit. Oh, okay, so if you see that presentation here, so we tap IP root, verify interface, or next hop interface. So router 1, on router 1, we tap IP root 170. It's the remote network you want to erase is the Pretoria interface. So we have 3 ways to do that. I'm going to show you. It's still hanging. So sorry, guys. Why it's hanging? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. If I say here, so okay. So if I open the Cape Town router, now you can see S. S means what? This remote network, you see 30.0.
We can't see the screen.
Ah, okay. Okay, thank you very much for letting me know. So can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. So if I open Cape Town router, you see, and I type show IP route, you can see that now I know 30.0. How do I know it? It has been manually added on my list. S. S means static. It means manually the remote network has been added on my list. So now if someone wants to communicate with this network, now I know where to forward the packet. So I know that network via Pretoria interface. You see. Now let's go to that PC again and let's check if you can still ping again this guys. It will take a bit of seconds because of the app. I know the IP, but I don't know the MAC address. It's going to find out. It can take a bit of time. Okay, you see, 100% loss. It means we can still not communicate. Let me try again. So we have again 100% loss. Why? It's simple because the Pretoria router also doesn't know these guys. So the Pretoria router, if I open it, so what command should I type to view the route in a router? So if you have a
So
router and you want to view the route, you type what? Yes, show IP route. With this command, you tap to view what route are on my list. You see. So router 2, the Pretoria router knows 20.0. This is 20.0, this network between Cape Town and Pretoria. With that network, he knows. And he also knows here because we are directly connected to the router, so we know it. So I know 20.0 between Cape Town router and Pretoria router. How? C, it means I know it because it's directly connected. You see here, C. If you see L, it means the IP address of that interface. Interface G000, the IP. I know that network, and this is the IP address of this game. I also know 30.0 because it's directly connected to myself, and this is the IP of G001, that interface. But I don't know 10.0, so I need to add 10.0. So how I do, conf t, IP routes, the remote network 10.0, 192.168.10.0. So what we are doing, this remote network, we need to manually add it in Pretoria router. Because it doesn't know all these guys. So we need to add, oh, sorry, we need to add this guy inside. So to do that, You type go in global config mode, IP root, the remote network. If they say it was /24, then 255.255.255.0. Next hop. So I'm adding that remote network via Cape Town interface G00. So everything here should be added in the Pretoria. So I add first the network via G00 of Cape Town, the IP address, that is 10.1. Next hop is 192.168.10.1. I press enter, do copy, run, start. Okay, have a look on that, how we add a remote network in the router. So this is how in IT department, if you work in, so depending on the department. Okay. Now I end it. Show IP route if you want to view the route. So now you can see that there is no S here. Why? It means, did we add it properly? Let's check. IP route, the remote network. Yeah, normally it's okay. Normally it's okay. Let's try to ping again. We have 100% loss. It's not working. Okay, let's do it again. So how to add? We have two ways. I'm going to show you these 3 ways. CCNA2 notes. Okay. I go totally down. So you have 3 ways. You can type IP route, the remote network, subnet mask, and next hop IP address, or IP route, remote network, subnet mask, and my exit interface. So if you use the next hop IP, we call it next hop static route. If I use my exit interface, I say directly connected static route. Because in a question, we can ask you, configure using a directly connected static route. It means you must use this one. Else, you can put both exit interface and next hop IP. Then we call it fully specified. So check this one and we continue. It's very important. For now, it seems strange, but I'll show you again tomorrow at Scalabrine. So guys, for static root, we have four types. Four types. We have standard static root, we have default static root, we have floating static root, and local static root. So all of these, we'll do them step by step. No worries. We'll do them step by step. So now let's go back to our guys here and check why it's not working. You see, troubleshooting static root. It means when something that is not working, how to fix. Let's go back and check again. We are here. Let's tap again, show IP routes. Let's configure again, conft IP routes 192.168.10.0. Thank you, 168.10. Why it's not working, guys? I see. You see, you add first IP route, the remote network, it's fine. 10.0, 255.255.255. Now, you need to add G000 IP. What is it? Huh? That's why it's good to add the IP addresses here, 192.168.10.1. You see, 10.1 is for G001. Now for G00, because this is the network, the IP address should be 192.168.20.1. You see, the G00. That's why it was not working. So we go back here. So the mistake we made, remote network is fine. And we see we put 10.1. It's wrong. 10.1 is here, but we should put I'm on Pretoria router. I want to add that remote network via this interface of G00. So it's 20.1, not 10.1. That's why it was not working, you see. So now we continue. We remove it, 20.1. You press enter, you save, do, copy, run, start. You press enter, we end, show IP routes. You see now it's showing S. So sometimes we make mistake. We need to understand how it works and how to fix. So I know 20.0 before, 30.0 before. Now I know 10.0, the remote network, via S. Via a static route, it means myself, I manually added that network in my routing table. Now, these two guys, we can communicate now. You see, I'm going to open PC1. You see now, I can communicate with PC3. I can communicate with PC4. So it will take a bit of time because of the app. Oh, no. So it was not 30.4, it was 30.3. This one is 30.3, not 30.4. .3. it works, and the other one is 30.2. 30.2 or PC3. You see, also it works. So this is how it works. If you work in a company and we open, you're in Cape Town, and we say, okay, guys, we are opening a new branch in Pretoria, make it work. First thing first, you put on a piece of paper all your IP address nicely done, and your manager will give you all the IPs. Then we'll send you the IT technician, go do the configurations. So this is how it works. So no worries for the first time when you see that it seems a bit complicated, difficult, but it's not. When you get used to, it's not. Any question for this one? Something you didn't understand or something? Okay, so this thing tomorrow we'll do it again. I'll give you that, and you must make it work. So all these 3 chapters, it's about static root. So today, tomorrow again, we will continue. So this one, so when static root, it means yourself, a network engineer or technician, you add a remote root in your. So you can use the next hop IP, IP root, remote network, subnet mask, next hop IP, or my exit interface. I could use also my exit interface. I could use confd. So IP root, remote network, subnet mask, and instead of here, you can put your exit interface also. I can take IP root, remote network, subnet mask, /24, and my exit interface G000. You can also do that. So my exit interface on Pretoria router is G00. So you can use exit interface or next hop. My next hop is Cape Town router IP address, or you can use both. If you use both exit interface and next hop, we say fully specified static root. If we say configure a static root, a directly connected static root, this is the command you should use. If we say use a next hop static root, this is the command you must use. If we say floating root, I'll show you that tomorrow. I'll show you the default also and local. We are very simple, not difficult at all. So now we can say you're starting becoming network engineers. When you finish CCNA3, now you are network engineers. So we go step by step, step by step. You go to grade 1, grade 2, grade 12, you go to university. So step by step. So this one, if you want to copy the screen, please copy it. It's very, very important. It's the summary of these 3 chapters. Okay, so these are the three things that, so today we did this. Tomorrow I'll show you what is default static route. The default static route, in case I don't know where to forward a packet, I'll send it to my ISP. We call it default static route. Then we type IP route, 4 zeros, and my next hop IP address, or IP route, 4 zeros, in my exit interface. So in case I don't know where to forward the packet, I don't know where, yeah, we do that. Floating one, static route, it's a backup. If the main one fails, I can have a plan B. We call it backup, a floating static route. We'll do that tomorrow. And local one is to send everyone to one server, to one PC. So we'll do that tomorrow. So let's go step by step. So for now, let's stick on this. So if you don't have any questions, then, okay, who is here? Dennis questions, Christina, long time. How are you? Engineer One and Esther, long time. Are you well? Are you coping? CCNA, the only secret, study 2 hours minimum per day, nothing else. If every day 2 hours, you're fine. So students who are struggling is when we don't do that. At TPU teach we say, myself, I've been through that. So I know the secret. Study it with time. Study 2 hours. Me, I used to wake up, as I explained to you, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day, 3 hours. I sleep very early. I wake up early, study, and when everything is quiet. So there is nothing difficult with Cisco. It's about practicing, 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 practicing. Okay, if no questions, then tomorrow I'll show you static route. All these 4 types. So if you go in EtherCAD, we'll explain more, but it's exactly what I did summarize for you. So if you have a routing table, route can be added manually. And also try to make your own notes, your own summaries, your own notes. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to put the recording also for people who want to check that. I'll put the recording on YouTube and send you the link. And tomorrow we meet at Scalabrini.